Charles Dan, and I am taking on Brandon's at the Expert Academy Challenge because I want to win the scholarship. Seriously. So he said, and he mentioned this, and I was like, man, this is right up my cup of tea. 5 ways to parent this millennial generation. I want to give parents 5 ways I think will help you parent your kids in this millennial generation. Now, I know this is what my wife and I do with our kids, and this is what we also teach with it. So I want to give you 5 ways I think it's going to help you. The first way I want to say is that you have to have a clear vision. Now, I'm convinced what the Bible says, without a vision, people perish. So another meaning of that, without vision, people cast off restraints, or there's no set boundaries in a person's life. So if parents don't have a vision or where they're going, and they're taking these children along with them, guess what's happening? There's no set boundaries in their life because there's no clear vision in the house. I think for you to parent these kids, and these kids want to know where they're going, they're excited about direction, but the key thing is if parents are all over the place, the kids will be all over the place. So I think it has to be a clear vision. I think that the key thing for you to be successful as a parent is that you got to deal with the fact that you may have come up in a household that your mom, your dad didn't have a clear vision. They want you to go to school, they want you to go to college, they want you to do something with your life, get a job and work for someone, but the vision may have not been clear exactly the path in which you was going to take to get there. So they just were saying what was the norm. But then you felt like you was cheating in life, or something in you was greater than that because the vision wasn't clear. So you got to have a clear vision for this millennial generation. Let me tell you some of the things I wrote up here that will help your kids when you have a clear vision. Now, I'm going to tell you this because my kids, my wife and I, our kids got their own vision board in their room. My wife and I, our vision board is in our bedroom, so we can look at it every day when we get up. It's clear to us what we're going to do. But my son, our son, he ended up in college, but he went based on what he had as a vision board. Because he was playing football and people told him, he was too small to be a football player. So he decided to go for golf. But he had a clear vision of what he wanted to do. Well, he's in college right now playing golf because it was clear to him. It was clear to him what he was going to do, and it was clear how he was going to go about doing it. So when you have a clear vision, it brings excitement in your house. It brings excitement to the kids, and the kids start to excel because they have a vision. The second thing is it creates focus. Now the kids are not all over the place. They have a clear vision. They focus on their vision. Like one of our daughters, her vision is all on her wall, and she talk about all kinds of things about what she wants to do in life. And so when they get off track, only thing we have to do is refer them back to their vision board. That's all we have to do is point them back to their vision board. We don't have to do all the screaming and all the cursing and everything in life. We just point them back to their vision board because it brings excitement, it brings focus. But we understand this vision is not going to happen overnight because it's going to take faith, it's going to take patience for it to happen. So we understand it. We definitely understand it. But the clear thing I want you to know about vision, it builds them up. When they have a vision, it's crystal clear, it builds them up. It motivates them that they can do better in life. And it just encourages them. If you have a clear vision yourself, and your kids have a clear vision, I think that's one of the ways that you have to parent in this generation. The second thing I think you have to do, you have to respect their state. You got to know the state of your child. Every child is different. Now, I can hear one parent say, well, my kid is just a baby. I'm telling you, when you can start early and you can start talking over your kid that you hear with purpose, there's a vision in your life, you start doing this, but you got to respect their state. You got to respect their developmental state. Kids are still developing in their minds. And so a lot of times parents don't respect that. You got to respect that your kid, a 2-year-old, or 4-year-old, or 5-year-old, or 10, or a teenager, their minds are still developing. So if you respect that state that they're in, I'm telling you, the kid will be healthier because you don't have to fuss at them, cuss at them, run. You don't have to do all that stuff. You don't have to do all that. I got to beat them just to get them in line. You don't have to do all that stuff like when we grew up and our parents thought that they had to whip us to know something, but you don't have to do it. But you got to respect their state. You got to respect where they are. And when you do, you can help them develop and they can be healthier in this millennium. The other thing is, I think this is very clear, very, very important, is clear rules and roles. What are the rules of the house? What are the rules? And you can't just start making rules up as you go along. You need to have some clear rules. For your kids, you got teenage sons, you got teenage daughters, whoever you got in your house right now, you got to have clear rules. You can't just say, okay, as soon as something happens, you want to make a rule. Well, they didn't know it was a rule. It's an unwritten assumption that was in the house. So you got to have some clear rules of what you want to do. And then you need to make sure the roles are clear. A 4-year-old role should not be the same as a 15-year-old role. Their roles are different. They don't have the same role. And then the kid won't feel like, Mom, you pick it on me and you're not doing it to little Bob over here, but you're doing it to me. No, John is different. Bob is different. They're different age stage. They're different stages. But the roles need to be clear. I mean, if you don't clear the rules and the roles up, guess what happens? You're just going to have chaos in your family. It needs to be clear. They need to know the rules. They need to know their roles. The fourth thing is you need to have open communication. Now, here's what most people think open communication is. That you want your kid to talk to you when they're going through something. You want them to be open at communication. But I don't talk about it like that. I talk about for this millennial generation, you need to be open. You need to be open in communicating them about your own trials, your own tests, your own setbacks in life, the choices you made. You need to be clear with them about how you went through things in life. That's the kind of open communication. And you say, I can't do that. But I'm telling you something, you parents in this generation, if not, they're going to text people. They're tech savvy. They're going to communicate with other people. They're going to hear about this. But you got to be open with them because you will help them as a parent when you're transparent with them. Child, I'm telling you what happened to me when I did this. You're transparent with your kids. Your kid's going to learn more from you because you're honest with them. And this takes this open communication. I'm not just talking about your children talking to you. I'm talking about you talking to them. And the fifth thing, I think, for you to parent this generation is conduct family meetings. And this is one of the things that our family does. We do this. And I'm going to tell you, our family, we talk about family meetings, boy, we just love it. And I know when I help parents with this, at first it's become difficult. And I try to tell them keep it simple first. Don't try to ask all these questions. Don't try to do a lot of things at your first meeting, your second meeting, even for maybe a month or so. Just try to have family meetings. Because today, a lot of times, these kids are not eating at the table. They're not having family meals. What's wrong with that? That's one of the most powerful things. That's why I like watching Blue Blood, because they always have that family meal. And when you have these family meals with your kids and let them talk about things, we do praise, we do shouts out first. Hey, I want to tell you, you did a great job this week. You did an awesome job doing this. We give our kids shout outs. And then they shout out to the parents. They give shout outs to us as parents. Mom, you did this, Dad, thank you for doing this. They give shout outs. What happened is we change the culture and the environment. We change how we talk to each other. We change how they talk to each other. Because they find something good in each other. They find something good in their sister, their brother. And that's what we do in our family meetings. I'm telling you, it would change them when they see that it's okay to laugh. I mean, we have ball. I mean, we joke with each other. It's really fun in our family meetings. They get excited when we have a family meeting. And I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm finished. I remember one time we weren't having a family meeting because we had activities going on every Sunday because our family meeting was known on Sundays. And we have our 6 o'clock meal on Sunday afternoon. And one day, it was 3 weeks, we were going because we had appointments here, appointments there. But the daughter cried out, she said, stop it. We are having our family meeting tonight. And we just laughed. Because our kids love having a family meeting. They love giving shout out. They love learning things, hearing things from us. And it is a lot of fun. So these are my 5 ways I think parents can be successful parenting their children in this millennial generation. Thank you.